Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys, let me just sit down. Hi everyone. Okay, I just wanted to share my art journey right now as an artist. And that's weird for me to even call myself an artist because, I don't know, it sounds like you're bragging about yourself or, I don't know. But I was listening to a lady and I was listening to her channel and she said to list a bunch of I ams. And one of the big I ams is to say I am an artist. I mean, because like that's hard for me to say. And you need to have a bunch of I ams when you're going through a new part of your life, like when you're going to be an artist or you're going to sell your artwork or you're going to, like some girls are giving classes. Because you get all these negative Nancy's, they call them, in your head. Like, who are you? You're not an artist. Or who's going to listen to you, or who's going to take your classes, or so you need a list of I ams. I am an artist. I am talented. I am, and it's not a bunch of bragging things. It's just things for you to be able to say to yourself when all those negative things start coming into your head. And I didn't think as many of those negative things would come into my head as they have. So I definitely did that lesson of writing I am. So this whole video is just, I just want to kind of journal my experience of becoming an artist, becoming a working artist, and just share the things I've learned, some tips I've learned, things I've learned from other people, because I feel like, for one, it'll help me on my journey, and number two, it's going to help a lot of other people. You know, if I can share the things I know, and the things I've learned, and the mistakes I've made, and things I've done wrong, and things I've done right. So that's what I want to do. So there'll be several of these journey shares with you guys. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to, I wrote a list. I wrote down when I thought I might be able to sell my artwork. When I thought I might be able to sell my artwork was my husband about 5 months ago goes, okay, Angela, that's it. You need to start selling your work. And I think you also, not everyone, but sometimes you need that person to like push you and say like, okay, you're good. You're good. You need to, get yourself out there. He's like, you need to stop just, drawing and painting for yourself and giving your things away. And he goes, that's all good. He goes, but you need to get your stuff out now. And I'm like, I do? He's like, yeah. So he gave me that boost. And so I've started doing that. And I remember I watched this guy, and if I can find his link below, he had a video and he teaches classes on how to sell your artwork. And the number one thing he said is build relationships. And he's so right. He said, you can't just walk into, okay, whether it's a gallery or it's maybe some type of a store. For me, it's a lot of new age stores for my type of art. You can't just walk in and say, here's my work, because you got to break that ice first, So he goes, build relationships. And I thought about it, I said, he's so right, because I did that before when I was selling my jewelry. I had built up relationships with different people. Or I would be selling to one store and that lady would be like, oh, you should go over here. So I could say, hey, I talked to Nancy. Nancy told me I should come over and see you because you would like, my jewelry. Things like that happened. So when he said that, I thought, that is the number one thing. So I go to all of these great stores in California, all these new agey type of stores and all these really cool stores that have really neat stuff in them. So I've been building a relationship. You guys have seen the stuff when I do haul videos that I've been hauling and stuff I've been buying. And I've bought things from all these different stores. So, and I've developed a relationship. So I started, the last time I went to California, I went into about 3 or 4, I went to 3 stores and showed them my artwork. And all 3 stores, it was just like, oh yeah, we'll do it. Oh yeah, we'll do it. Oh yeah, we'll do it. I walked out and then I was like, oh my God, this guy was so right. Building relationships. Same thing here in Las Vegas. I have sold my jewelry here. So I have probably, I don't know, 6, 7 stores here. Plus there's a few more in California because they're, it's like a guy and they have 3 or 4 stores there. Of relationships I built. And I still got to go see them. So it's so much easier if you go ahead and establish a relationship. And let's suppose that you haven't, like you've been shopping at a store, but you haven't established a relationship. When you walk in the next time, talk to the manager, talk to somebody that's there, talk to one of the staff, walk in 2 or 3 times, 4 times. So over about 6-week period, they've seen your face a few times. just by them simply seeing your face a few times, you saying hi, and maybe you speak to one of the associates and you speak to the manager. Who knows who you're speaking to in there? Make a contact, because that person's going to know who you are, and then it's going to make it easier when you do go in there and say, hey, you know, I do this art or I do that art. It doesn't have to be painting. Maybe you make dolls, or maybe you make journals, or maybe you make cards, whatever it is. And the thing I do too, I'll show you, is when I walk in, I have these little cards I made up, and I showed you guys how I did these. It's very easy, actually. I made up I took some of my prints, and I got copies made of these on 4x6 photograph paper. Well, it's regular photograph size, but I put 2 on a page, 4x6, and then I laminated them. Okay, and it makes them just extra special and shiny and really cool. So I have quick little thing that somebody can look at. I'm like, you know, this is my artwork. This is what I do. These are little samples. So I show them. Also, they're cute, and they're cheap enough that I can leave them with them if I need to. I did leave a few with a restaurant we always go to, because I also do I do fairies and mermaids, but I also do Native Americans. And we go eat at this place called McClintock's in California. It's very Western, and I felt like my artwork would be really good in their gift shop. So he wasn't the person to talk to, but I was able to leave some of my artwork with him for the lady that is in charge. So see, just to kind of show you guys. So if you're an artist and you have artwork, it'd be just nice to go ahead and get some prints done. And maybe do them 4x6 and then laminate them. Okay? So anyway, sorry, that goes that way. So I just want to give you that idea. It's a great, I think it's a great idea. So you always have your artwork with you. Have it always kept in your purse, because you never know when the opportunity is going to happen that you might be like, oh, my art would fit perfect in this store. Okay? And then that's the other thing. Choose stores. If you're shopping at certain stores, it's probably where your artwork's going to would sell well at, because it's your style. It's all the same. You know, where you shop at, the things you buy, the people you talk to, it's all kind of the same style, okay? So all the places I was shopping at, of course, my artwork would probably fit in there, because you shop and you talk to people, and it's all usually the same, you know, the same type of people, the same type of stores, same aura, okay? Same thought process. Okay, hopefully I'm making sense. Okay, so that's another thing I did. Let me just look, we're here. Oh, okay. Here's another sample I said for me to talk about. Okay, there's a place called the Container Store here in Las Vegas, and that's another place I want to get my artwork in. It's a very artsy, well, I guess you could say it's a gallery, but it's like a mixed media artist gallery. So it's like perfect. I went in there just on a whim with my husband, and it's a very artsy type of place, period. And I talked to the guy, and I didn't talk about my artwork yet. I went a second time, still didn't talk about my artwork, just talked to him, and, you know, he got to know me. By the third time, I did say, okay, I'm going to talk to him about my art this time. And I showed him my cards, and he's like, you definitely have to talk to my wife. My wife will love your stuff. I am concerned because a lot of times my stuff is like 11, I'd like to do 11 by 14 prints. But I did research out, and I can do 8 by 10 prints, okay? And so I let him know about that, because in his store, 11 by 14 is too big because there's too much stuff there. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys this is such a good little tip. I was at Dollar Tree. I know, you're like, what? I was at Dollar Tree in California, in Pismo Beach area, and they had these, you guys. Let me take the plastic off. They had these frames at the Dollar Tree. Okay, for my 8 by 10s. Check that out. And look at the side. And look how easy they hang up. And me and my husband were talking about it. We thought, you know what? 8 by 10s might sell a lot faster and easier than 11 by 14s. My 11 by 14s were, mind you, I had the frames really nice and big, like those big, thick, wide frames. And I'll get them on Michael's on clearance for about 20 bucks a piece. So they're regularly $40. So they're really nice. So I have those still too in some of the stores I'm working with. But I'm also giving them these 8 by 10s because this is it's not a big decision to make. When you have something 11 by 14 and it's a big, huge frame, you're like, where am I going to put it? An 8 by 10, they're like, oh, 8 by 10 frame. Oh, that's a really cute frame. I love the picture. They go like this. They grab it. It's 20 bucks. Okay, so I'm thinking that 8 by 10s might be the thing I sell more than my big 11 by 14s or even bigger. Okay, so I thought that was so nice. So I picked up about 50 of these. Only mistake is I didn't pick up 100. Okay, because they're almost all gone now. So my thing is, when you find a good deal, like when you're at a thrift store and you think of something is great for whatever you're selling, or the Dollar Tree or wherever, you're gonna find. And that's the thing I want to say is find the deals. And when you find the deals, buy a lot. Okay. So that was my big mistake. They don't have any more of these. So I'll go online and hopefully I will find more. Okay, so that's my next thing I want to talk to you guys about. What else? Oh, when I realized I had a style. Like, you know how you can look at somebody's work and go, oh, that's a so-and-so piece, or that's a so-and-so type of song, because they have a certain style. So, I remember a girl, she looked at some of my work it was about a month ago, and a very nice comment. She goes, you're really getting your own style down. And I thought, what a nice compliment. And then I was at Office Depot, and I was getting some prints done. And I'm going to talk to you guys about prints, too. Let me look at my camera for the time. Just a second, guys. Okay, we're good. I was getting some prints done, and actually one of my prints got left at the printer, because I know my originals, and I was like, God, where's that original at? Where's that original? I was so upset. And then I was going to go check and make sure if I had left it at Office Depot, I think it is, yeah. And I'd forgotten, because I've been so busy trying to get this order out for this store in California that I have my stuff at. Well, I went in, she goes, oh, this must be yours. This is your style. And I thought, oh my God, I have a style. So that was exciting, you know. So, so I guess I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's when I realized I actually have a style. So, which I think is really important, because that's also part of branding yourself, because branding yourself is everything. It's like your style, so that people can recognize your style, how you dress, how you present yourself, your business cards, maybe something that you say all the time at the end of a YouTube video, or a little saying that you have on your card. The whole thing is branding yourself. So I was really, really happy about the fact that I believe I have a style. Okay, that was the other thing. Okay, I will link this below, because right now I just got back from California, and I just got back from California, and I'm still unpacking everything, but I ended up in California. I just delivered in a cafe. This lady said that I could have my work in her cafe. She does it for 30 days for different artists, and so mine is for July. So we took down a bunch of stuff. I took like 6 11 by 14s, and then 3 times 6, 18 of the 8 by 10s framed in those frames. And so her whole cafe is all my work, so it's pretty exciting. So I just did all that. So all my stuff is still kind of packed up. I wanted to show you guys, I'm trying to look and see around my room. I wanted to show you guys the paper that I actually use, I found. Anyway, it's 11 by 14 photograph paper, and I got it at Costco online. You guys, that paper is so good for printing on. It really brings out the colors and stuff. And I go to Office Max to get it done. You have to play around with them and their machines to get your color just right, but it's so worth doing, okay? I know one thing you need to ask for is ask for map settings. Map settings, when you go to Office Depot, will make sure that the color is really nice, okay? The other thing is to get the sizing you want. Okay, I get 11 by 14s because that's the frames I can get, because that's the kind of frames they sell, like at Michael's or whatever. 8 by 10s I get because they, I do 8 by 10s because that's the other frames I can get a good size. And also I can charge $20. They're easy and sell those a lot quicker than even the 11 by 14. So things like that is what you have to kind of keep in mind when you're selling to stores. How much people are willing to pay, what percentage the store is getting. And right now this is how I'm doing it. with the cafe, it's 100% profit. She just does this for artists every month. So that's really cool. I mean, that's crazy. Plus, you get all the free publicity, and you never know who's going to see your art. At the other store I'm at, we're doing a 50-50 split. So then that's why and with her is when I have the 8x10s, and I'm only paying $1 a frame. And for my printing, it's about $1 a piece for the printing. So I'm making about $8 off of each one. That's just the 8x10s. I haven't done 11x14s with her, but I probably will do those next. The 11x14s, I'm doing right around, you know, I shouldn't even price those right now. In the cafe, I'm doing 45 because I don't have to split with her. So those people are getting a great deal. So, I mean, if not, I might have charged 65, 70, you know, if I have to split it with somebody. So we'll see. Pricing is weird, but I want to price my stuff for one, for it sells and it doesn't just sit there. Also, I can always go up, okay? I can always go up with my pricing. So, and I probably will as I get more of a reputation, more people want my work, and you know, but right now, this is how I'm seeing it. I want to focus on selling the work and getting the work out there for people to see and see what happens from there. So, anyway, oh, the other paper I'm using for the 8x10s, okay, for my 8x10 prints, the paper I'm using is called, it's not photograph paper, believe it or not. It is, oh, what is the word? It is brochure paper. Brochure paper. And I get that at Office Depot. Because Office Max and Office Depot are like the same. It's weird. Okay, so I get that at Office Depot, and you get like 250 sheets for like, I think for like 25 or 30 bucks, but that's really good. Like 200 sheets, 250 sheets, and I got it for half off because it was 50% off. So of course I bought 3 of those because I was like, that's ridiculous. Okay, so you guys, that's a great deal for your 8x10s, and it does your prints up beautifully. Make sure again you ask them for map settings so that your color is nice and intense, okay? Okay. And exactly at Office Depot, what I do is for my 8x10s, because I paint everything 11x14 and they shrink it down to 8x10. And the reason I do everything 11x14, that way they can just print them off 11x14 for my 11x14 frames. But from 11x14, they can shrink it down to 8x10, and so that they don't have to, what I have them put it is at 76% on their little machine, so that it just shrinks right down to 76%, and that's an 8x10. So there's something for you guys to play with when you guys go to get your prints done, okay? For sure, map settings, and somewhere around 76% to shrink it down to 8x10, from 11x14 to 8x10, okay? Let me see what else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, this is another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, Wild and Creative. Definitely go and check out her channel. Her channel is awesome. She interviews a lot of artists, and not just artists, just women entrepreneurs, period. But a lot of them are very artsy, or they are artists, and they talk about all aspects of having your own business. Whether you're an artist or you're a singer or whatever, okay? Because the information's all the same. It's just where are you going to apply it as an artist, as a book writer, whatever. But the skills are all still the same. So what they were talking about is when you get to the point where you get an opportunity, are you ready to receive the opportunity? And you need to be doing the work. And doing the work is, if you're an artist, be painting. Be painting all the time. Be painting all the time, but at the same time, I learned this also. You should be painting 65%, and the rest of the time you need to be getting your butt out of your studio, meeting people, which means if you see a gallery where you think your stuff is at, go visit that gallery 2, 3, 4 times and then talk to them about your artwork. If you see a store, if you see a gift shop, be visiting that place, start building relationships so you're ready to, in the you know, third or fourth visit, hey, this is what I do, because now they know you, you got your in now, and you'll be able to get your stuff in there a lot easier. That's called doing the work. Constantly doing the work, constantly doing the art, constantly getting out and meeting people. And so when the opportunity comes up, you've done so much work, you've met so many people that you feel comfortable to accept a really big opportunity. Because they were talking to this lady, and I think she was a card maker. And the big opportunity, I think, was like a Walmart. And you have to be ready. You have to be ready to say, okay, I'm good. I'm a good enough artist to be at Walmart. I feel comfortable taking this on, and I'm going to do it. So you need to be ready, because these big opportunities don't come around all the time. But if you've been doing the work the whole time, which is if you're an artist, painting all the time, getting out, meeting people all the time, see, you've built your artwork up, you've built your confidence up about your artwork, you've built up yourself talking and meeting people, that when the big opportunities come, you're ready. So I just thought that that was huge. And I really learned that on Wild and Creative, okay? Almost everyone she interviews says that. Be doing the work, okay? And doing the work is, like I said, doing your art all the time, meeting people all the time, like how I told you to get out and meet people. So when the big opportunities, you're ready. And then by then, you'll also have the confidence and the reassurance that you deserve it. Be ready to take what you deserve and the opportunities being given to you. Because so many people, when they get that big opportunity, feel they are not deserving of it. But if you've done the work, you'll feel like you're deserving of it by the time it happens to you. So, you know, I'll tell you a quick story. And it's about my daughter. And she is a beautiful, beautiful dancer. And she's danced since she was 7. And she has competed on stage since she was 7 years old. So by the time she graduated from high school and she could go we live here in Vegas, she went right downtown, you know, down the street from our house, and she started auditioning. But you know what? She had been doing the work. She had been doing the work since she was 7. She had been doing competitions, taking all the dance classes, performing everywhere. So when the big opportunity came, she knew she deserved it. She didn't even think twice if she deserved it. She damn well knew she deserved it. Okay? And that's kind of the attitude that you need to have, not bragging about yourself, but you need to have that attitude of, you know what? I have worked hard, and I do deserve this opportunity. And she didn't even have to go through all that in her head. She was like, yeah, I've been doing this since I was 7, and I've been competing, and I've been working hard, and I went to a high school that was in performing arts. I've been doing this forever. Yeah, I now deserve to be in a show on the Strip. And it's nothing she even said. It's just something she did. And so I just thought, you know, that's a really inspiring story of some young girl, which is my daughter, who just graduated from high school and goes straight downtown to the Strip and is in one of the shows down there. And by the way, I went and saw her show. Her show was beautiful. It was wonderful. She's just such a beautiful, talented dancer. So I thought I'd tell that story of a really neat example of when the big opportunity arrives, be ready to accept the opportunity and know you deserve the opportunity. Okay, you guys, that's it. Make sure you guys check out Wild and Creative. You guys have to check out her channel. And like I said, I'll come back and just keep sharing different things I've learned, things I've done right, things I've done wrong, and I'll keep sharing these things with you. If you guys are interested in my artwork and want to check out my artwork, my Etsy shop is in transition right now, but there's a lot of artwork up. So if you want to check out my artwork, you can do that there. It's for sale there. It's www.myfairytreasures.etsy.com. And like I said, I have a lot of it up. I just have some more stuff that needs to go on there. So if you do check it out right now, just make sure you check back in a week or two, because there'll be more stuff on there. And I think that's it. All right, you guys. Thanks so much if you stuck with me through the whole thing. I know it was kind of long, but there was just some things I wanted to share with you on my art journey, and I will continue to share. Okay, guys. Check you guys next video. Bye.